ladies and gentlemen, for the 884th time, it is motherfucker. It is an episode where the Jew Unit's internet is acting up. But we are nonetheless here for you. Welcome to the Mason and Friends Show, featuring that dude called the Jew Unit.
What's up, bitches?
As well as myself, Foul Duke.
I don't know what's wrong with this motherfucker. Pisses me off, man.
Oh, hells yeah. I can understand that. I'm just looping the first 30 seconds.
Because I don't know what the problem is. Like, I got the device capable of whatever. Both of those, not both of them, but one of those is good for like 1,300 square feet and like up to 25 devices, you know what I mean? So like, at any point in time, the number of devices should never be an issue. There's two of them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, uh-huh.
So it's like, what the fuck? And we ain't doing much nothing any goddamn way.
Definitely not.
So,
like the amount of internet that I'm using to do the show here is pretty minimal. Like, I mean,
there's no reason why like we shouldn't be able to get 9 phones even going. I mean, but let alone 3 of these motherfuckers. So I mean,
yeah,
goddamn.
Absolutely.
There's 4 people here now, so you got 4 devices on right now, and it's tripping.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Like, I don't know if it's what problem for them coming in or.
And you still haven't accomplished whatever you were trying to accomplish during the football game.
Yeah, I still call them for an hour to get my shit either, because my shit may not be, like right now I'm in limbo of transferring over to a new plan.
Yeah, and that seems to me like it could cause an issue.
I would think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't fucking know what the problem is. I definitely got to call those motherfuckers. I got to talk to a lot of people, because I got my boy phone for his birthday, he's fixed his other phone, so I got to call those people and get that switched over.
Well, yeah, a lot of shit.
I don't think I want to talk to all these foreigners today though about that.
Dude,
it's a lot.
I hear you, man.
It'd be different if people, I mean, I know they don't understand me, and I barely understand them. You know
we barely understand you.
Yeah.
Like, we know you.
That's what I'm screaming.
There's people that listen to this podcast every week, and they barely understand your ass.
Oh, yeah.
And you think like some motherfucker in Thailand that barely speaks English as a third language,
he got me, okay.
He gonna come on here and understand the things you're trying to tell him?
I understand exactly what that motherfucker said.
He goes, yes, sir, I understand. Let me help you get this accomplished.
I got you, bro.
Like, even cats over there that went to college in the States, that had friends like
still gonna look at me like...
They still ain't gonna understand you.
He talked already?
I mean, and that's one of my oldest things about you. One of my earliest memories of being your friend is having you come to my place when I was staying with other folks to get something and hanging out for a while, and the two of us talking, and then you leaving, and my cohorts that I lived with up in the city, up in Fairfax, and they were like, dude, and I was like, what? And they were like, how did you understand anything that guy said? And I was like, what do you mean? I just talked to him. And they were like, yes, you did, but I don't understand anything he said. And you were talking to him like everything he said was like, it was like we were having a foreign language conversation.
In English.
And only one of us was speaking in English. You know, like when they talk to Chewie on Star Trek or Star Wars, and he'd be like, and you're like, no, we can't do that. You know, like that's how my friends viewed you when I was speaking with you. Like I was Han Solo and you were Chewbacca, and no one understood what you were saying but me.
I remember they was looking at me all fucked up. I remember that. I loved it because that's what I think I was thinking. I was like, these niggas don't understand nothing I'm saying. But I can say whatever.
We could have literally been plotting their demise right next to them, and they would not have known.
I don't have a clue, bro. We ain't even talking crazy either. I don't even. We probably just.
It was a very basic, simple conversation. A couple of stoners taking a couple of bong hits, bullshitting for 10 or 20 minutes, and then parting ways. It was nothing special.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Good times.
But yeah, there. How do you understand that guy? He sounded like worse. He was worse than Boomhauer. I'm like, well, I understand Boomhauer as well. So, you know, like if I sit there and concentrate, I can fully follow what Boomhauer is saying. Yeah. Like if everybody will just shut up and let me listen to Boomhauer, I will understand him.
I remember that one time, that whatever episode that was, where he started talking straight, normal. That John had me tripping.
I remember an episode where Bob Dylan was there and Boomhauer and Bob Dylan were talking, and it was just like.
Oh, Lord.
I hear they're making a new King of the Hill that is Bobby Hill at like 22 as like a short order cook in like a restaurant. And I guess Hank's still around and all that kind of shit. And I'm like, that could be really fucking fun.
I saw something like that.
That could be really cool.
They both were standing up by the curb.
They were both standing out there drinking?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Doing the yup?
I don't think they were doing it yet, but just showed. I mean, it was a picture of something, I think.
Yeah, dude, that one I have some hope for. I do enjoy Mike Judge. Mike Judge is always.
Yeah, he got it going on.
Yeah, he does well. As good as the Beavis and Buttheads are, the new ones, like, there's high hopes for a King of the Hill spinoff.
I got on some of that the other day. I got in a 2-day, 3-day hook on Beavis and Butthead again.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, like whenever I find them, I watch a lot of them.
Now I'm on Ink Masters again. I just don't understand people that would go and trust random motherfuckers like that on the tat. I guess, in theory, wherever you go, if you don't know the motherfucker, it's the same difference.
Yeah.
In theory.
It's a total crapshoot.
But they got more time. I guess they got time. They don't have to worry about time in their own shit, as opposed to that Ink Master shit. You know, they might have 3 or 6 hours. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's definitely like.
But it's not like you got a tattoo shop at your house. You like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this in 9 hours instead of 4 hours.
Well, and it depends on the artist. Some guys will do one, and it depends on how much you can stand.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to lay there and get tatted on for 7 hours and the artist wants to do 7 hours in a row, he might be able to complete a really elaborate thing on you.
You would think, yeah.
But at the same time, it might be like, look, I'm going to do $500 worth, which is about 5 hours or about 3 hours or whatever the fuck. And then you're going to come back in a week or 5 once you've healed up a bit. We're going to go over it again and get the rest done. You know, like, cause my leg was 2 sessions and it's not even done, but there's like a whole other section that I'm going to get done, and I'm getting a different artist to do it. You know what I mean? But like, I've only had 2 different people tattoo on me, and varying degrees of experience, good experience to like not so great. Like, I got this one tattoo's a little torn up from having a touch up done on it, but my dumbass friend did like way more touching up on it than I thought was appropriate, and clearly it was not appropriate because that shit's not good. But you know, everything else is good, and the guy I'm dealing with now at All American Tattoo here in Gainesville, Jeff, good dude, good guy, did a great job on the mystery machine. I'm very happy with it, and I'll get more work done with him, you know. But like, shit happens, and tattoo artists are something that I'm very skeptical of, because there's a varying degree.
Really. I mean, it's a hit or miss, really.
Yeah.
Unless you know the motherfucker.
Or they're famous. You know, like there's like Mr. Cartoon or whatever. Like there's like big time tattoo artists that like I would just be like, okay, do your thing.
Yeah, have at it.
Right. But it's hard to find those guys.
Well, yeah.
And finding somebody that's good that'll do what you want done without giving you a hard time or fucking it up or understands the assignment. Like,
it's gotta be tricky though,
it's tricky because like I've got this thing I'm gonna get done with, like this Alice in Wonderland deal. I'm gonna throw the cat, you know, the Cheshire Cat up in the mix.
Yeah.
But like I'm gonna get the old school cat from the original Alice in Wonderland that Disney did to the new one that they did, and it's gonna be a split face and half of one and half of the other. You know, sort of 2 bodies on the same section. You know, like just doing some things. But like this guy Jeff, he was like pulling up pictures like this, like, and then he'd do something with the iPad, and then like this, and then he'd do something with the iPad, and literally in like 5 or 10 minutes of just sitting there bullshitting with him, he like sketched up what I was looking for, and I'm like, yeah, that's it, roughly, you know. And I like trust an artist as far as like tattoos are concerned to be like, just do your thing, right? Like if you're a guy that's been doing this guy's been doing this over 30 years, so like I'm like, do your thing, dude. You know what you're doing. Like, tell me what I need to do, and that's what I'll do. Like, And finding somebody that you can trust to do that, I think, is not probably too terribly difficult, but it's not easy. Like, cats I work with know this guy, right? So that helps, where there's like a lot of people that are like, oh yeah, no, he's a good dude, he did this work, he did that work, like I've known him for a long time, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's the kind of thing that I've been like looking for. Like, this tattoo wouldn't have happened if I didn't have somebody coming into my job that I see on a regular basis, that lots of people I work with are like, that's a good dude, he's a good artist. Like, you know, lots of people I work with have gotten tattoos from him. So it's like, there's that.
You got sources, yeah.
Right. Like, the sources on that are sound. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll fuck with somebody like that. But like, there's a lot of places in town here that like I'm not going to. There's 3 or 4 tattoo parlors in town that like, I'm like, nope, not interested. And apparently there's all kinds of different levels of licensing that you can get and sort of have and sort of not have.
Oh, yeah.
And like, you can open a store without necessarily having all of like the really high-end licenses.
Yeah,
and,
just the basics.
yeah. So, yeah, it's a tricky thing to get into. Plus, it also depends on what you want. Like, you know, some people just are like, black out my arm. Well, you don't need a good artist for that.
Yeah, I've seen that. Like, where you really just like chalkboard your whole arm. Like, hey, what are you gonna do with that now, bro?
Well, like, if you put a black base and then go white on top of it, I'm like aware that you can do like certain things that you can't do. Like, it's sort of like if you were gonna spray paint graffiti on a brick wall, you'd want to roll that wall with just regular ass white paint.
Yeah.
Before spray painting graffiti on it, so that it would look its best. And it's sort of the same principle. Like, if you're gonna like do certain colors and lays out, like there are people doing like where they black out and then go over all of the black with other stuff, and it looks very interesting. So there's a lot of stuff going on, but I try to keep it simple. I like a little color here, a little color there, something interesting to look at. Like, I've been thinking about getting a Clockwork Orange watchwork tattoo on my watch spot, you know, because I've always joked about getting just a watch tattooed on myself.
What time? 420?
Of course. Yeah. And that would be easier to hide in the mix of a Clockwork Orange tattoo. Like, a watch tattoo that's just a plain watch face on 420 is like kind of like egregious. But like, I've been looking on Pinterest a lot because like, there's a lot of interesting tattoos on Pinterest.
All right.
So like, I've got like a whole pin board full of like tattoos that I find interesting, and I'm like, I've seen multiple different Clockwork Orange things that are, you know, the multiple cogs and gears.
Yeah.
You know, and they're like in orange, or like there's like a slice of orange that has the cog wheels on top of that with the watch hands, and just like, I like to kill multiple birds with one stone if possible. And if I'm gonna like do the watch tattoo, and I could throw in a Clockwork Orange tattoo and hit 420, and you know what I'm saying, like have like
I gotta do it all. Yeah,
do it all in one, and have it still be kind of like an abstract where people are like, what is that? You know what I mean? Like, not obvious. But I don't know, bro. The tattoos, that's kind of the thing. I never really wanted to get into them because I knew I would just sort of tumble.
Yeah.
And shit happens. You get some tattoos because things happen, and sometimes you want to memorialize somebody or something. You know what I mean?
I'm sure you can get hooked on it at some point in time. And I mean, you can get off it too, but I'm sure maybe it'd be like...
Fortunately, it's a monetary thing where I'm like, you know, the work I want to get done on my leg is probably going to cost me some serious cash.
Well,
you know, and I'm like, well, I would rather get that done eventually, but like if it was like $20 for this and $20 for that, man, I'd be fucking
tatted up.
I'd be having a lot more tattoos. It'd be a problem.
I'd be covered up.
Yeah,
I'd be having to wear a long sleeve everywhere.
Right, like I'm gonna finish up the leg, and then I very well might do the Clockwork Orange as like the next thing. And then after that, did I show you the Pink Panther I was thinking about doing on my belly?
Yeah.
Because I got the belly scar right up the middle, right? So I'm thinking about getting the Pink Panther poking his head out of that motherfucker. Because that's just funny to me, right? Like,
I ain't got none. I'm not gonna get none.
Yeah, you don't have any kind of like thing that you're committed to like that. You could get like, the funny thing would be to do the ruler on your leg, because you could, oh, look how big this fish is, look how big that fish is, you know. But like, other than that, like, there's not much that I like envision for you. that I could see you doing. Like that one makes a lot of sense for you, but nothing else does in my head. And it's not to say that there's not something you would want.
I don't think I'd want to fish like on my leg or like my arm.
You don't have
like
too much of like a desire to have like a fish hanging out or like
that would almost be the only other thing I would almost put on there. You
right,
know
like a pond scene or something like that.
Yeah, but I don't.
Like if you wanted to have elaborate tattoos, you could maybe do like a whole side body piece. It's like an aquarium with different fish in it.
I wouldn't want to do a pond, just a random ass pond though. I would want to do a pond that was some kind
like
of
WNL.
to my ass.
You want a Warrenton Lakes pond, but you can't even go to. If you had the Warrenton Lakes pond tattooed on your body, and you were like, "You really gonna tell me I can't be here when I got this bitch tattooed on my hip? What's wrong with y'all?"
Guess what I'm about to add to this tattoo?
Fuck you.
Douchebag's house.
Yeah, this
Douchebag with a ponytail lives right here on the lake, and scared of geese shit on the goddamn grass. It's you, douchebag.
Yes, you're very concerned about nature.
Yeah, you love nature, but you don't want the geese shit in your yard.
Yeah.
They don't belong there. Yeah, right.
Right.
You got it.
Right. You want to own the pond.
Yeah, because you own the water too.
Because you're a real conservationist. You
never
fucking
fished a day in your life.
Right. Yeah, man, that kind of shit pisses me off, dog. People suck.
Yep.
Like, I have to, like, remind myself to not go into Warrenton Lakes and find this place and fuck with people. Because they piss me off. Like, I thought about going, because you know how, like, now that Kennedy has, like, endorsed Trump and all that kind of stuff, like, I thought about going and wearing a Kennedy shirt and a Kennedy hat with, like, a little Trump hat pen on the Kennedy hat and going up to that guy's house and trying to talk to him about why he should vote for Donald Trump. Just to fuck with him. Like, I've known nobody. I know no one. I'm just out here trying to, like, help drum up some, some voters. I see you've got your Walls sign in the front porch or whatever. Like, I'm sure that guy's got a Walls Harris sign out front. And that would be a great person to go fuck with.
I didn't see any signage in his yard.
Well, the fact that he called you a Trumper.
Yeah, you could definitely call me a Trumper.
Yeah, like, he's, whatever he is, he's a Walls Harris douche. So, if you're not into free speech, vote for Walls Harris. Like, if you're not into freedom, vote for these idiots.
Second road on the left.
Yeah, look, you show me one of these days, I'll run up on him.
Third or fourth house on the right. Got that little gray shit car out front. That little two-door fucking Skittle. Only fucking.
What is it, a Yaris?
Yeah, something like that. Only do with a little fag car out there.
A little gray Yaris.
Yeah, a little gray Yaris little thing. Douchebag.
Yeah, I could find that guy.
Yeah, easily.
He ain't hard to find, douchebag. But douchebags in general aren't hard to find.
Nah,
They're kind of everywhere.
They kind of just like show up.
Yeah. It's a real sad thing, man.
Like, how about that? I already knew. Thanks for coming forward.
Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for coming in today. Yeah, not all in all, not a bad weekend.
No, it's been delightful.
Party went good. Weather held out great. They was talking about that rain. Rain did look skeptical, man. I set up those tents and all that shit. And I had another tarp contraction going up off the tree over here.
So you were gonna keep all the kids outside in the rain, just stand under them things?
Yeah, we was gonna be outside. Like, I was mainly gonna be us, or whatever the fuck.
Right.
Either way,
Well, like, I ain't never seen so many kids up in this motherfucker. I was expecting maybe 5, but there was like 10 or 12, man.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Like, there was a lot, but not as much as it was supposed to have been. You know what I mean?
Oh wow! So he was planned to be even bigger.
Yeah. My boy Bops was supposed to come by, and he's got 3.
Man. Yeah, man. It's nice to like see
3 or
kids.
4 goddamn kids.
It's nice to see kids and then like not have kids to take home or anything.
Yeah, and then my boy. And then Velvet, he was supposed to come by. He never did. They ended up too late with their soccer game. Kids again.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Those kids, they'd be taking up a lot of space with their sports and activities.
When that kid was supposed to come by, because something came up with Kid.
Mm.
Big Steve never said I don't even think he ever.
Big Steve's elusive.
Replied back, yeah.
He be laying low.
Yeah.
Don't nobody see Big Steve no more.
So, well, we're gonna see him this weekend.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're gonna see Big Steve.
You had no choice.
Yeah, you can't avoid us, Steve.
Yep.
We're gonna be there.
You're gonna be there. We're gonna be there.
We're going to be there for at least a couple hours. I done tried on the orange tux. My jacket's a little bit tight, but, like, it's always been a little tight. You know, it's a fucking...
I got,
it's like, but the vest ain't happening. The vest is not happening.
Yeah, no,
But,
no,
like,
no, no.
I'm going to rock. I got a black long sleeve shirt. I got a black with Picasso's Man with a Pipe painting on the tie that has a whole lot of like different colors that matches very nicely with the orange. So like, man, I'm planning to look fresh. I ain't figured out the shoes yet, but my shit's gonna be right.
yeah, I gotta look at my, it's kind of too late now, but I gotta look at my tie and see how close of a white my tie is to my pants.
You could probably find a plain ass white tie.
I got one, but
Like,
I haven't put it up to my pants and make sure it's like,
Close.
yeah, white to white or whatever.
Yeah.
But I gotta figure out. I mean, the shirt I got now that I actually gotta wear in the wedding, it fits, but it's like I got it from Express. You know what I'm saying?
You mean it's real tight?
Like, it's tight, yeah. And I ordered one. It's supposed to come this week, like a bigger size. You know what I mean? Like I can wear it if shit comes to shit, but I can't like probably bend down and pick nothing up without it untucking.
Right.
Or I definitely can't lift my arms up without the fucking sleeves coming down to here.
Right.
But if we're all rolling them up anyways, you know what I'm saying? I might be able to get away from that.
Well, like I feel like if I ditch the jacket, you know, after the initials of everything, like I could walk around in the black shirt with the tie and the orange
Yeah.
pants and still look fresh and everything.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, I'm feeling good about the outfit.
Yeah, I'm gonna wear that. I gotta wear that the wedding gear until I think just till before we eat. I think because I think we're doing the wedding and pictures.
And it's an outdoor one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wedding,
Yeah, Mike
pictures,
said
and
I think
eating.
I think Mike said 3:30. So
Yeah, 3:30.
I got 3 o'clock in my brain, so I'll be milling around come around 3. Hopefully it won't rain or anything. It'll be
I'm
nice
trying
and
to look that up
reasonable.
now, but of course the internet sucks. But I gotta be there like I'll be there early. I gotta be there like 1, I think,
Damn.
because I think she wants to do some
Pre-wedding pictures.
pre-wedding pictures. Yeah.
Yeah, I figured that would happen. That's how they always be doing that shit. We got to get in here with everybody in their outfits before they're wasted and get pictures. Yeah, my folks were like, we'll come pick you up if you need. And I was like, good looking out.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I'm not gonna be getting hammered.
Well, we'll get you out of there too if need be. But yeah, like I don't plan to stay. Like I told Mike, I was like, man, I don't plan to stay because there's some wild folks there and I don't need to be getting all caught up with that.
Right now, they're talking about chance of rain 30%. Rain all weekend, actually. They're calling for rain for next Saturday all the way to the Sunday after. Just
From-
like 30%, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they will have to let that ride and see what it looks like in
A
a few
good
more
chance
days.
Tuesday or Wednesday, I think we might actually get rain. But I don't know. 80 degrees. Not bad. 80s this week. So yeah, we'll see.
It's been getting pretty nice.
Yeah, I think
Not too hot, not too cold. Real Goldilocks zone
yeah,
right
it's
now.
almost time to take the damn, I guess, window shakers back out.
Yeah, you got another few weeks of those maybe, and then that's it.
We get ready for the cold.
Yep.
I got that big old snake skin down there outside. You see that one out there?
Nah.
He's taller than me.
Nice. Black snake. Mm-hmm. Very
We're
good.
down in the basement again.
I'm telling you, man, that's why you ain't got no mice. You got your own little history for living down there, man.
Somewhere down in there.
I think that's like the best thing about country living is if you just accept a snake living in the basement, just talk to him. Say, what's up, dude? Relax.
I'm fucked down.
Relax, dog.
You can't be outside.
Just chill. Yeah, but he's just gonna come back. If you catch him and take him outside, you ain't plugging up the hole he came in the first place.
Yeah, I know.
So you might as well make friends with him. Like if you're not redoing your whole house, you're not stopping the snake
Yeah, I
from
know
getting
that.
back in. You know what I mean?
know that.
So make friends. Be nice to the snake. If y'all got be nice to nature. We'll go on that little NPR trip for a second.
They got a good spot. I think they just come and go as they please. Like I don't really think they live down there. 'Cause I've crawled down in the crawl space and shit, and I've never really seen.
Yeah, they come and go as they please, dude.
Yeah, they
Absolutely. I don't think that they're denners. I don't think they do dens unless it's like winter. And then they hang out in the den. You know, like they get a little hole where a couple of their buddies and they all just be chilling. Like it's too cold to go outside, so they get down in the ground, you know what I mean?
I was back, yeah.
I don't know, I'm an amateur naturist. Naturologist.
Well, they cold-blooded, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they ain't doing shit in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, they hanging out in a group.
I would think they'd ball up. I would ball up. I won't be solo though. I mean, you can ball up in yourself, you know what I mean? But it'd be a lot better to ball up with a couple of y'all motherfuckers.
Yeah, they get in groups. They have little orgies and shit. That's what's up.
Luscious.
Damn right. That's if you're a black snake, man. Or any kind of snake. That's orgy time as far as I'm concerned. That's the truest of like coming up stabbing, you know? They just jumping in.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, excuse me.
Fucking something tonight.
Right. We all here. I'm sticking this in something.
This dude is getting in some kind of snake badge tonight.
There's gonna be some snake pussy around here getting filled up with this
all
deal.
up in with this deal. Say that, Joel, over there with the kids over there.
Oh man.
She's like, stop it.
Well, that was the thing. She, like the one Jubu's kid was like, she won't let me listen to the show. And I was like, tell her I said it's okay. She was standing right there.
Yeah.
I said, tell her I said it was all right. It's not a big deal. You can listen. It's all good. And then I told her, I said, what you need to do is you need to tell him if he's going to listen, he has to listen chronologically and he has to start at the first episode. That way, by the time he gets to episodes where you are, it'll be years from now and you won't have to worry about him like calling you out because he'll be old and immature and used to the show by the time you show up on it. You know what I mean? I said, don't let him listen to like the most recent stuff with you on it. Tell him he has to start at the beginning and work his way forward.
800 episodes.
Yeah. I said it's at least 700 episodes before you show up. So
yeah, you got a while.
Yeah, you got plenty of time. She said, that's a great idea. I said, yeah, tell him it's all good.
He might hate
so
you after episode maybe 400.
See, and that's what I'm saying. He might hate us all.
Every
right. He might be like, I don't like these guys at all.
I don't think I go to this dude's house no more.
He might be like, you can't hang out with these guys anymore, Mom.
You're not allowed to hang out with that dude no more.
Mom, I thought I liked him, but you can't hang out with that guy anymore.
I don't feel safe.
Yeah, like, none of them. Yeah. I don't want you near Mike, Mason, or Jew.
Definitely not Mike. Like, he's up to no good. Not just because he's black, son, but just because it's Mike. All right.
He'd be choking bitches.
Yeah, he's a chokeable motherfucker, right? He's definitely up to no good. You see his thumb?
Yeah. Yeah. You see them fingers?
He's got a locking thumb.
But yeah, that was fun. That was fun telling him like, oh, it's okay. Like, you can listen. I have no restrictions. Like, I think there are episodes on YouTube that you probably have to sign in to listen or to watch. You have to prove your age or whatever on YouTube sometimes. Not all the episodes, but some of them. Like, I mean, hell, some of them on YouTube. Like, YouTube's such douchebags. Like, if I play a certain song or something in the background, they're like, Russia's not allowed to watch this episode. And I'm like, really? Like, I don't have a problem with the Russians or the Belarusians. Like, Belarus can't watch, Russia can't watch. They'll, like, literally, there's many episodes, and a lot of it will have to do with, like the song I played at the beginning, like the music from a movie in the background.
Rocky.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that, we'll throw it. Or we'll have a song that plays a little too loud in the background, and it'll be like, oh yeah, Dr. Dre doesn't want this being listened to in Belarus, you know? And I'm like, really? Okay then. But, like, Rumble's wide open. Don't forget, y'all can check us out on Rumble. Rumble, the free speech alternative to YouTube. Hey.
Yeah, I told my boy, the safety guy come up the other day.
I was going to say, safety guy, yeah.
What's up? About it. You know, they all, what program? I'm like, bro, I don't remember everything, man. I got to remember.
What program? What are you talking about?
Like, where can I find it at, bro? I'm like, anywhere, dog. You know what I mean? Like, well, this one, I'm like, I don't know, maybe.
We should
just type it in, dog, and it should come up immediately. And then that's what they do. And they're like, this one, I'm like, yeah, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Check it out.
We should be everywhere. I'm not aware of any platforms we're not on per se. I don't post on Twitter because Twitter didn't work worth a shit. It was too much of a hassle, so I stopped using Twitter. But as far as like posting full episodes is concerned,
Is this X or is this Twitter?
it's X. It's formerly
So the
Twitter.
the new shit, even the new shit now.
Yeah, like, I mean, I like the platform and it's interesting to be able to put stuff out there, but like the uploading process would not function properly after a while. Like, it was sort of a pain in the ass, and then it would work, and then it was sort of a pain in the ass, and then it would work. And then at some point, after about 10 months, it got to a point where it was like, I can't upload my episodes and I'm getting mad. And there's no customer service worth a fuck, because all you can do is be like, at customer service. Hey, at customer service, this is fucked up. Can you make the video that I pay money to post? Like, no, okay, you can't. And like, it'd be like 40% loaded up error, and then 77% loaded error, 4% loaded error, 4% loaded error, and I'd restart the computer and try it. I mean, it's not worth it. YouTube and Rumble work fine. If you want to watch us, you can watch us there. Otherwise, you can listen on everything else. And sometimes if I have the time, I make a clip and put that up. But that's it, man. I'm not interested in like spending a whole lot of time and effort and shit. I'm like, dude, we do this. This is it. Setting up, breaking down, putting the videos together, all that shit. That's the effort. Mm-hmm. You know, one of these days I'm gonna hire somebody off of Fiverr to do the SEO and try to blow this bitch up. But you know, for now, this is all we're getting. Because I keep getting people hitting me up like, yo, can we do your SEO? Like all these random people that aren't really people. They seem like computer generated bullshit. So I'm kind of waiting on like real folks to start showing up in the mix, and then I might pay somebody. But I don't know. We'll see. I'd like to have the SEO shit optimized, search engine optimization. But yeah, I don't fucking know. And every time I look into how to do it, it's just fucking a pain in the ass. I don't want to fucking deal with it.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, this is enough. Doing the videos, doing this is enough. I enjoy this. I'm not going to do it to a point where I don't enjoy doing it. I'm not going to ruin doing this by spending a whole lot of money or something to do something that I don't know how to do, that I don't really care to do, per se. At some point, I might pay somebody, but it's got to be reasonable. I looked into one thing. It was like, we'll give you a breakdown as to what to do, and it'll only cost $1,800. And I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. I got to pay you $1,800 for you to teach me how to spend more time doing something? Yeah, no.
No, thank you.
Yeah, not interested. But we are still worldwide, motherfucker. Mm-hmm. Mason and Friends Show worldwide.
That's right.
Fuck yeah, dude. Up in here, doing the damn thing.
That's right.
Shout out to the homie Joe Craig, new listener, watcher on the YouTube.
Oh.
Made a couple of comments.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
What episode he commented on?
I think 870 and maybe 871. Says he just happened to stumble upon us, and now he don't want to get up. I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, right on, Joe.
What was we talking about 870?
Hell, it was me and Mike episode. You weren't even there.
Oh, I wasn't even there.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord, ain't no telling what
Well, no, actually, no. 870 was with Nate. And then the next,
that was with Nate?
Then you went on vacation, and there was 871 with Mike and I. So he commented on 870 and 871. Shout out. We be seeing y'all. I see y'all commenting.
870 was, I still remember Nate, man. They said, they just so mean. They just so mean.
Yeah. The ladies, man. The ladies are mean. Y'all bitches are mean out here wondering why dudes ain't interested in dealing with your ass.
My man, Nate.
Yeah, Nate's doing stand-up now, man. I went and saw him doing something the other day.
He gave you a card
a
yet?
couple weeks ago. No, I don't have a card. But he said he doesn't want to do legal. He wants to do comedy. And I'm like, I understand that. Big up, man. I want to do that too. So
I don't think he's really a lawyer, bro.
You know,
I gotta talk to him, man. I don't know, bro.
He's waiting to get the bar accomplished here or something like that. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know any of the specifics. I'm not vouching or not vouching for him. He's a good dude. I'm
Either
vouching
way,
for him. I like him. I fuck with him.
I fuck with him either way. I fuck with him, but I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know, bro.
He seems to me to be a lawyer
It
because
seems like it.
when I talk to him about lawyer shit, like he makes lawyerly statements. You know what I'm saying? Like he sounds like a lawyer.
He wearing lawyer gear, like attire. I would think, off-duty attire for a lawyer.
He's certainly more appropriately a lawyer than anyone else that I know.
Oh yeah.
You know, like as far as like my friends group is concerned, he's by far the closest to a lawyer, and I think he's a lawyer. But
I think I'm 60-40.
he hasn't given me a card.
I'm 60-40 on he is. I'm 60-40. But that 40 strong. All right, that 40 strong. My man, Nate. You gotta tell me where this comedy thing is, bro. What day we're talking?
Tuesday.
That's right. You already said that. Damn it, Tuesday might be a bad day.
I'll get you now that it's the second episode, the Thursday episode, I'll get you the address for Tuesday. But this is a place that does this every week, and I believe our boy Nate's going to be coming up to him on a pretty regular basis.
Somebody drive all the way up from Roanoke, does comedy, and drives back home.
That's what he did. Well, he did a couple weeks ago. The man's a wild. He's a wild boy.
Animal,
he's
bro.
a wild boy.
He's a fucking animal, dog. They can drive up here 4 hours to do it. 5 there if it's depending on where at in
Yeah, I mean he's
WC.
south. He's south of Roanoke.
Yes, I'm screaming.
So he's driving 4 hours easy.
Yeah, that's here. You know what I mean? But for an hour skit.
Fucking 5 minutes, dog. We
5
do
minutes.
5 minutes in stand up when you go do stand
5
up.
minutes?
We're doing 5 minutes, dog.
5 minutes?
5 minutes, dog. That's how this
Shout
works.
out to fucking all y'all for doing that, but really, don't wait, call Nate. He's driving 4.5 hours for 5-minute plug, bro.
All right, it's the Electric Palm. I said it even wrong. The Electric
damn.
Palm. It's
You got people driving all around.
12745 Sea Ray Lane, Woodbridge.
Ooh.
Yes, in Hoodbridge. But it's like right by the water. It's like a pretty nice little spot, actually. It's a steakhouse, technically speaking. About an hour from here. So yeah, that's where I would have been a couple days ago. Hanging out with the homie. Don't wait, call Nate. 7:30.
It's a steakhouse on the water?
Yeah. It's like got boats out in front of it. There's a parking lot, but there's like boats.
Drive over
in a
railroad
pier.
tracks?
I think so. I don't remember exactly. I just followed the map to get there. I'd never been there before, and once I got there and parked, I was like, oh, this is kind of nice. I had low expectations.
That might have been Tim's, though.
I mean, I'm sure it could have been any number of other
I drove
names.
somewhere out in that area and with the truck, and we took some little side road across from a restaurant on the lake or on the ocean or the whatever that is right there, and we drove down a power line like far, probably on one of them access roads for the fucking workers, not for a car.
Where you weren't supposed to be.
Probably not, but there was no trespassing signs nowhere, so we weren't technically
Right.
trespassing.
Yeah,
But we
you
shouldn't
didn't
have
break any
we
rules
shouldn't have
first.
been
The signs you
down there
saw.
riding. You
Right,
know, I
right.
mean, needs the wheels in the truck. You know,
You knew
my
better.
girl had no business being down there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we was down there fishing, and I thought that was Dale City, but that's still pretty much the same area. Dale City, Woodbridge. That's still, but so I don't even remember where exactly. But I remember kind of going over railroad tracks, and then the restaurant was right over there, and then we just made a right and just kept driving.
Yeah, I mean,
And then
it could
the
be.
truck broke down again, like it usually does.
Like the precise reason why it doesn't have any business
Yeah.
back in the woods
Yeah.
behind the fucking
Well,
restaurant
I think I
in the
just put
middle
some
of
water in that
Hoodbridge.
motherfucker, and we just head on back when we were done fishing. God damn it, let it ride. I guess.
Hey, I mean, you know, gotta
What you
get
gonna
by.
do then,
Gotta
man?
get by. Gotta
You
do
told the
something.
tow truck to come on back here. You know, where y'all located? Motherfucker, where we're definitely not supposed to be. Send a train over here. We can half hitch it to the train, at least get me up to the fucking
Yeah.
ROAD.
Yeah, my God. So many spots, yeah, dude. That's why once I get the Bronco, I think I'm gonna have to throw a winch on that motherfucker.
Oh yeah. I should have had 2 winches on that fucking truck. For
Well,
all
you
the
know,
dumb
like
shit I be
winches are things that I don't even want to use, but like I look at them like a gun or a fire extinguisher. I'd like to have them if I need them.
doing. Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to use them, but goddamn, I want them around if I need them.
Yeah, but like a wrench ain't gonna like go bad, or a winch ain't gonna go bad like a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
You'd have to use it, you know what I mean? You don't necessarily have to hook nothing up, but you at least gotta like
Pull it out, pull it
that
back
motherfucker
in.
out on, pull it out, look at it, run it back in.
Yeah, let it pull you to it.
Greaser down every now and then if you get bored.
Yeah, a little maintenance.
Yeah.
Not a bad
Slap
thing.
a little lube on that ass.
Yeah.
My girl.
But yeah, man, fucking Buick started acting up the other day.
Yeah, you said something about that. I think whatever day that was, yesterday.
Yeah, yeah, like I'm in the truck for now, and Buick got a lot of miles on it, man. A lot of goddamn miles. And I've been waiting for something to go wrong with it. I've been hearing something, and nobody could find it. Nobody could figure out what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't know what the fuck I'm hearing. But I didn't hear it the other day, but the check engine light was flashing. It wouldn't let me do anything worth a damn, so I barely made it back to work. The definition of a good car to me is a car that breaks down in a place where you can get help and it doesn't cost you money to get it to somewhere where you can get help. Therefore, like, I've had some good cars lately. The Corvette was a great car. It would break down at work for me if it was going to break down. And the Buick has been doing that too. So I don't know. I'm not sure what's the matter with it. Could be some kind of spark related something. Could be something catastrophic. Who knows? It's got 240,000 miles on the thing. So, but engines are available. I don't really want to go that route. I'm just trying to get clear of it. I really just want to like get the Bronco when it comes in and not have a second vehicle, and you know, use the truck if I need to drive something else, and get the El Camino going and gone, and then get the Acura running again, and then see what happens after that. Find something else, but I got to get things done, man. Been at shit for a long time. I got to
Yeah.
get things done.
With that Camino going, yeah.
Yeah, that thing ain't run in 20 years, dog.
Yeah, but it's old school, so it's gonna take a whole hell of a lot of work.
Yeah, it should be pretty
Get her
doable.
in, you know what I mean? It's all wrench work, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not like no computer, no
And
dumb
I've
shit.
grabbed up a lot of parts, and there's some stuff to be done, but it's gonna take some effort. But it's totally doable. It's just like it's hard to be motivated on something that I don't necessarily intend to drive and have
Yeah, oh, yeah.
as like a regular vehicle. I'm kind of like
Yeah,
I'd just
somebody's
like
gonna sell.
I'd like to just sort of get it gone. Somebody I work with is interested in it. I might take a couple G's and get it out just as is. We'll see what happens. But trying to move things along, trying to get things done. Because life's a motherfucker, man. When you're into cars, you end up like working on a bunch of cars.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm trying to take the opportunity to get into a less automotive problems.
Less projects.
Yeah, less projects.
Projects everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, because certain things I can't resist. Like when that Corvette showed up, I couldn't not buy it. If another one shows up and I'm in a position where I can at all buy it, I'll buy it. You know, like there was one that was there that I could have bought recently that would have cost me more than the fucking Bronco I'm buying. And it's 6 years old at this point, low miles, but very expensive, no
yeah.
warranty. You know, could have bought a warranty for it due to the low miles and age of it. But I have wrapped my head around having a vehicle that I'm like, I will drive that into the woods. I will drive it to that city. I'll drive it over there. I'll drive it over here. Like, I haven't had a vehicle that I'm willing to drive anywhere in a long time since I got rid of my Jeep. And, you know, like the Jeep I would drive to the city, I would drive it to the woods, whatever. Who gives a fuck? I want another vehicle like that. So, I'm excited for it, but I'm like, gotta wait. Gotta wait. Play the waiting game. That's how you get what you want. You order what you want, you wait for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, with that said, I'm going to have to bring this episode of Foolishness to a close. I'd like to thank you so very much for listening. I'd like to encourage you to listen to old episodes as well as new episodes. Like, share, subscribe. Don't bogart this bitch. Tell your friends. Keep grinding on the things you're trying to get done, because that's how things get done. Did I say be nice to people that look like you and be nice to people that don't look like you? Don't be a dick.
If you ain't, you did.
I think I did say that, and I've now said it again if I did or didn't. But anyway, we love you very much. We wish you nothing but the best, and peace be with you.
Peace.